If you've turned 60, don't rush into retirement before hearing this. There are 5 things you're holding on to, things you believe are assets, but in reality, they may be silently slowing you down, draining your money, your health, and the freedom you've spent a lifetime building. You don't need more burdens in your later years. What you truly need is a life that's lighter, safer, and more abundant, not just in money, but in happiness, peace of mind, and meaningful relationships. And sometimes, to have that, you need to know when it's time to let go. In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 things you should sell before retiring and why holding on to them could be one of the biggest mistakes of your later life. 1. Sell the second car. Unnecessary and costly. You've worked for decades. You earned it. The freedom, the ease, the next chapter. But what if one of the biggest steps toward a truly fulfilling retirement isn't about gaining more, but about letting go? And one of the first things to let go of might be parked in your driveway right now. The second car. For years, it was a symbol of convenience, maybe even success. But now in retirement, your life has changed. The daily commute is gone. Your schedule is flexible. That second car is no longer a tool. It has become a silent financial leak. Let's talk numbers. Insurance, maintenance, repairs, registration. That extra car is quietly costing you anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 a year. Think about that. That's a dream vacation. That's a significant portion of your healthcare budget. That's money that could be working for you, not sitting in a depreciating asset. And it's not just about money. It's about mental space, the worry about a dead battery, the hassle of upkeep, the physical space it occupies. You want a lighter life, but this possession is weighing you down. Many of us keep it just in case, but in this new chapter, just in case rarely happens. For those rare moments, ride-sharing apps or a short-term rental are far more cost-effective. Here's the beautiful part. Selling that second car isn't about losing freedom. It's about upgrading it. You're trading freedom from repair bills, from insurance payments, and from maintenance worries for the freedom to do what truly matters. Imagine turning that car into cash. Cash for a trip you've always dreamed of. Cash to invest in a new hobby. Cash for a comprehensive health checkup that gives you priceless peace of mind. This is the core of smart retirement living. It's about simplifying. It's about aligning your possessions with the life you live today, not the life you lived 10 years ago. Ask yourself honestly, is this car a true convenience or just an old habit? True wealth at this stage isn't measured by what you own. It's measured by your quality of life, your peace of mind, and your freedom. Retirement is a new beginning, and sometimes that freedom begins by letting go of the second steering wheel.
2. Sell high-value items you no longer use. By middle age, many people have accumulated a number of valuable possessions. Some hold sentimental value, while others were once a source of pride. A professional-grade camera, an antique piano, a set of fine jewelry, or decorative collectibles that once adorned the living room. These items carry the marks of time. They represent a part of your past. But ask yourself honestly, how long has it been since you last touched them? Here's a truth many don't want to face. The items we think we're saving for later can quietly lose their value over time, both financially and emotionally. A camera that cost several $1,000s when new may lose nearly all its worth after a few unused years, especially if it's not properly stored. Markets shift, technology evolves, and collecting trends come and go. What's considered valuable today may become a dusty relic tomorrow. Keeping valuable things you no longer use creates more than just clutter. It builds emotional weight. These items take up space, require maintenance, and often stir a sense of regret for not making better use of them. On the other hand, selling them at the right time opens a powerful opportunity. You can turn unused assets into cash and redirect that money toward what really matters now: your health, personal growth, joy, or even helping loved ones during a difficult time. Many people say, "I'll leave it for the kids." But the truth is, the next generation often doesn't share the same attachment to these keepsakes. That old piano might have defined your youth, but to your children or grandchildren, it's just a bulky piece of furniture. A vintage ring might not suit their style. A camera collection may hold little appeal in the digital age. So rather than leaving others to decide the fate of these possessions after you're gone, why not take control and pass on their value while you're still here? Selling doesn't mean letting go of memories. It's about choosing with intention, keeping what truly matters, and transforming the rest into something new, real, immediate value. A lump sum of cash could fund a meaningful vacation, allow you to invest in home medical equipment, or simply reduce financial pressure during retirement. In many cases, those things are far more beneficial than holding on to something you no longer need. And remember, in retirement, your health and mental peace must come first. A spacious home, a calm mind, and a flexible budget are far more important than stockpiling material things. Selling high-value items you no longer use is a powerful first step toward a simpler, more fulfilling life. True value lies not in how much you keep, but in how well you use what you have. That item collecting dust in your cabinet? Someone out there may be actively searching for it. The market for antiques, jewelry, and specialized gear is still alive and thriving as long as you act at the right moment. And that moment could be right now. Finally, look toward the future with a lighter heart. Selling is not loss, it's a sign of strength, a demonstration of your ability to manage your life intentionally. When you know what to keep and what to release, you enter your later years not weighed down by regret, but lifted by a sense of freedom, happiness, and abundance.
3. Selling the oversized home, the hidden burden. That large family home was once your entire world. The sound of your children's laughter echoed in the hallways. The backyard was a playground. Every room holds a memory. But now, the silence is deafening. The stairs feel steeper. The empty rooms collect dust. And that beautiful, big house has started to feel less like a home and more like a weight. You tell yourself you're keeping it for the kids. But let's be honest, do they really want the responsibility of an aging house far from their own lives? Or is that just a story we tell ourselves to avoid a difficult decision? Because that house is no longer just a home, it's a second unpaid job. The property taxes, the heating bills for rooms you don't use, the constant worry about a leaking roof or a broken appliance. These are silent costs, draining not just your bank account, but your energy. What if the key to a richer life isn't holding on, but letting go? Imagine downsizing. This isn't about giving up, it's about upgrading your life. Imagine a smaller, smarter space. No more stairs to climb, less to clean, lower bills. Imagine trading a lawnmower for a morning walk, and trading home repairs for a new hobby. And the financial freedom? It's life-changing. By selling, you unlock the wealth you've spent decades building. You turn those bricks and mortar into a retirement fund, a dream vacation, or the high-quality health care you deserve. You could finally help your grandkids with their education, not with a burdensome house, but with real, practical support. But what about the memories? Here's the most important truth. The memories don't live in the walls, they live in your heart. They are in the photo albums and in the stories you tell. Leaving a house doesn't mean leaving your past behind. Ask yourself, is this house serving the life I want to live now? Downsizing isn't a step backward. It's a powerful step forward. It's an act of self-care. It's choosing peace over maintenance and freedom over obligation. It's selling the house that's too big to open the door to a life that finally fits. 4. Sell old tech devices. Refresh your life. In a world evolving by the day through technology, clinging to outdated, sluggish devices isn't just a matter of poor performance, it could also be quietly dragging down the quality of your life. After turning 60, most people long for a simpler, more peaceful lifestyle, free of clutter, both physical and mental. One of the best places to start today is by letting go of old tech you no longer use or that no longer keeps up. Across America, it's common to find drawers filled with 7 to 10-year-old laptops, first-generation phones no longer receiving updates, or early iPads used to check the news that now take minutes just to turn on. Not to mention aging TVs, big screens, slow response time, washed-out colors, and no longer compatible with modern streaming platforms. These devices, once useful, have now become tech clutter taking up space. Many keep them thinking they still work or it's a waste to throw them away. But what often goes unnoticed is the stagnation they bring. A slow computer saps your patience when learning something new. An outdated phone may block you from accessing modern apps, from digital banking and health scheduling to video calls with family. And each time you wait for it to boot, you lose precious moments of your life, along with mounting frustration. Staying connected to the world, your loved ones, and yourself now depends heavily on technology. Using outdated devices doesn't just make things harder, it can isolate you from new experiences.
Whether it's learning a new skill online, joining a virtual community, or simply staying informed with accurate news, having the right tools makes a world of difference. Upgrading isn't just about performance, it's about staying mentally sharp and emotionally engaged during retirement. Selling or donating old tech while it still has value is a smart move. You might find someone who genuinely needs it, or earn a little extra cash to invest in newer, more user-friendly devices. Modern phones and tablets aren't just faster, they're designed with older adults in mind. Larger fonts, simpler interfaces, and multiple functions built into one sleek device. Decluttering outdated technology also clears your living space. You'd be surprised at how refreshed you'll feel when your desk isn't tangled in old wires and your shelves aren't stacked with unused machines. A tidy environment helps you breathe easier, think more clearly, and live more comfortably. This benefits not just your mindset, but your overall health. Some may worry that learning new technology is too hard at their age, but the truth says otherwise. Seniors actually learn faster when supported by the right tools. Online platforms, personal health apps, and digital literacy programs tailored for older adults are making it easier than ever to keep up. You don't need to be a tech wizard to master a new tablet. You just need the willingness to change. Upgrading your tech is, in fact, part of personal growth. It sends a powerful message. You're still learning, still curious, still engaged with the world around you. And that sense of agency, that momentum, is what fuels confidence, positivity, and joy. These are the cornerstones of a truly fulfilling retirement. It's undeniable, technology has transformed how we live, work, and connect. If you allow yourself to fall behind simply because you won't part with an old laptop, you lose more than a device. You lose your place in the conversation, your access to learning, and your ability to enjoy what the present has to offer. On the other hand, a single decision, selling outdated gear and upgrading, can unlock an entirely new chapter where technology supports your life instead of slowing it down. Remember, you're never too old to renew yourself. All you need is a device that's faster, more convenient, and better suited to the person you are now, someone seeking simplicity, connection, and a smarter, lighter way to live. So if you open a drawer today and see a dusty old phone, an unused laptop, or a device you haven't touched in over a year, this might be your moment. Let it go and take the first step toward refreshing your life.
5. Sell what you can't pass down. Throughout our lives, we all accumulate items tied to memories, passions, or deeply personal value. It could be a stamp collection built over decades, a vintage watch once symbolizing maturity, or a rare bottle of wine you've proudly kept for years. Some hold on to shelves of rare books, old records from their youth, or cassette tapes that spark waves of nostalgia at a glance. But at age 60, one honest question needs to be asked. The things you're holding on to, will anyone inherit them? Many middle-aged Americans still believe, this is my legacy, I'll leave it for my children and grandchildren. But when they actually ask their kids, they discover a truth that's hard to accept. The next generation doesn't feel the same. They don't share the same memories. They may not have the space, the time, or the emotional connection to hold on to what you cherished. To them, your stamp collection might just be paper. That wine cellar could feel like clutter, and your prized books, if unread, may be nothing more than dusty decorations. You think you're leaving behind love, meaning, but unintentionally, it could become a burden. Your family may end up sorting, donating, or even discarding items they don't understand. That's not only wasteful, it can sever the emotional connection you wanted to preserve. So why not take control now, while you're still here? Selling or gifting these items while you're alive allows you to turn physical belongings into real value. That might mean cash to fund your healthcare, travels, or savings. But more importantly, you get to create emotional value by giving things away to people who will truly appreciate them. Imagine this. Instead of leaving your vintage watch in a drawer for another decade, you gift it to a true watch enthusiast, someone who wears it proudly, who treasures it, and remembers you with gratitude. Or instead of letting your wine collection gather dust, you host a small gathering, sharing those bottles with family and friends. In that moment, those bottles don't just get enjoyed, they carry your stories, your laughter, your life. Sometimes letting go of a physical object is the only way to pass on something deeper. Your love, your lessons, your legacy. You don't have to keep everything to prove your life mattered. You only need to share what you have, at the right time, with the right people, in the right way, so that what you leave behind doesn't fade, but flourishes in new form. Selling heirlooms that no one will inherit also brings peace of mind. You free up space. You eliminate the worry of who's going to deal with all this when I'm gone. That's not fear. It's foresight. It's respect for the present and love for the ones you care about most. And this isn't a loss. It's an act of intentional kindness. You're thinking beyond your lifetime, not out of fear, but from clarity. When you handle your legacy now, the meaning stays intact. A watch passed down by your own hands has far more weight than one found in a storage box after you're gone. Remember, happiness doesn't come from how much you hold on to, but how wisely you let go. If you still have your health, your clarity, and your heart, start the process of sharing. Choose who receives what. Tell the stories behind each item. Let them carry not just the object, but a part of your spirit. And if there are things no one wants, sell them. Don't let value fade with time. A rare wine collection may be worth thousands today, but a few years from now, it might just be bottles no one dares to open. A rare book set could be sought after by a collector until moisture, time, or disinterest reduce it to pulp. Every decision you make at retirement affects your health, your peace of mind, and your quality of life. And letting go of what no one will inherit, in a thoughtful, loving way, helps you live lighter, freer, and with grace. It shows your family that your love isn't in the stuff, but in your presence, your choices, your care. You don't need to leave everything behind. Just leave what matters, and live long enough to watch your legacy continue. Remember, the secret to a rich retirement isn't just in what you keep, but in what you have the wisdom to release. So what in your life is ready to be let go? Take one small step today. And if you found this perspective valuable, you won't want to miss the other half of the equation. Follow now, because our next video explores the priceless assets you must never sell after 60. Let's continue building a life that's lighter, richer, and more meaningful.